Men of multipliers, hanging out with my boy Todd Istre. Man, I have known you such a long time. We were in EO together. We were in Forum. And of all the men I've met, there's not another guy that challenges entrepreneurs more than Todd on work-life balance. This is a guy that's sold 4 companies, continues to launch new companies, and works less than an hour a week, which is crazy. So, Todd, you and I were chatting, and the first thing you talked about was you made this decision from the beginning. Talk to our guys about that. Why does it start with making it a goal? It sounds simple, but this is what you did. Why?
Look, I think if you're going to accomplish anything in life, no matter what it may be, you need to make it a goal. And for me, that was, just something I did. It wasn't when I first started my first business, but probably halfway through, I decided that I wanted to spend a lot of time. I hadn't had kids yet. I had kids late. I decided when I had kids, I wanted to spend every moment I chose to with them. And I wanted to try to make that possible. So my goal was to have somebody in my company, get them trained for a couple years, doing exactly what I did. And when I had kids, my goal was to be able to be at home with them. Did I think I'd make it all the way? No, but that was my goal, to have somebody running my company for me when I had kiddos. And lo and behold, set the goal, and it probably worked out 2-3 years before I had kiddos that I had somebody else running my company basically full time. It needed a couple of hours of work from me a week, and that was about it.
Okay. So how important was that intentionality? Because I think every guy is going to say, this is what I want to do, but what made you able to do it? Were you just more intentional about it? I mean, how did it actually happen for you?
How it happened is, the hard part, do you want to get in the second question here? Are we going?
No.
With the first?
You can hold off on that.
I've always been good about setting goals and making sure I do everything in my power to get to it. And for me, it was really finding the right person that I felt could come in, follow me around. I let them follow me around. I mostly at this point was just running all my meetings. I probably had 1,000 employees. I was running my meetings on a daily and weekly basis, and then managing the managers. And I picked someone that I felt was compatible personality-wise, and I was in the dental field back then. This guy was also a dentist, and I felt I needed that so he could understand what I was doing. So he followed me around for 2 years, every day, sat in every meeting I had, and probably about 3/4 the way through those 2 years, I started letting him run the meetings, every one of them. And I would sit with him still, and if I needed to step in, or usually what I would do is I'd let him run the meeting, and then we'd sit after the meeting, and I'd tell him what I think he could improve, what he did great, that kind of stuff. So that was the key, was finding someone that I felt could replace him. So
that's perfect. So it's a twofold thing, just to sum that up. You were intentional about it because you had priorities of what you wanted in your life, particularly around family, which I love. And then secondly, you made a guy follow you around for 2 years to make sure that that was going to happen so that you could properly pass the baton. And I think that's another phenomenal nugget, how intentional you were about making sure it was passed correctly, and it worked. So Todd, great nuggets, man. Appreciate your time, and I'm looking forward to video number 2 with you.
You got it, buddy. Thanks.
All right, man.